Hello everybody, PerpetualGamer here, and I'm back in Sevtech Ages. It's just me today, so if you were expecting some lovely banter, that will not be happening today. But what will be happening is some Astral Sorcery stuff. Now, real quick, between episodes, you'll see I've been a little bit busy. I got some dragon racks set up because I'm proud of myself, so you must stare at them because they're beautiful. I got a little storage shed set up. Nothing's really that organized, but it's a good place where I can come in the middle, hit this button, dump everything, get rid of excess cobble, and a couple other things. This little smeltery blacksmith area is way cooler looking from a distance. As soon as you actually get in here, you'll notice that I'm atrocious. Yeah, it didn't work. I tried really hard though. I mean, look at that pillar. It's so beautiful. I also spent a lot of time in between episodes working on some Astral Sorcery stuff. So I knew that I wanted to get into Astral Sorcery. Oh, let's not, Senor Creeper. Let's do battle. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of chop. There we go. So I knew I wanted to get into Astral Sorcery. You'll notice some of this stuff. So I went ahead and I was working on trying to get clay. And if we look here at clay, look at the recipe that's required for it. One of the ways to get clay, the only way to get clay right now is to compress 4 lumps. And lumps are tedious and annoying to get. Compressing them is slow and tedious. So I was thinking, okay, I'll get into Starlight. Well, I don't want to get into the infusion yet. Transmutation seemed easy enough, but then I needed a collector crystal. And that it just spun off because really I just wanted aqueducts so I could finish this little thing, come down here, make a big old farm and everything, and all would be good. But I kind of got sidetracked and I got everything up to a collector crystal. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so as you can see, I upgraded our altar to a celestial altar. I built this little contraption to try and give us a little bit more starlight, which isn't that useful. I recently built this little celestial gateway to get over to Jay and Makila's base, but most of my time in Astral, you see I've kind of stubbed out some stuff, has been working on these little pieces of crap. These are celestial crystals. Let me try and grab just one. That didn't work. And as you can see, they have stats on them. So there's 3 stats. There's size, purity, and cutting. Now, in a lot of different cases, we mostly just care about purity and size. Cutting is a little bit for more like tools and stuff like that. It's going to be useful for cutting. Other than that, it's just size and purity. To get size up, you have to take a bucket of liquid starlight like this, drop it right there, and then you throw the crystal in there. Now, after a little bit, it will consume the crystal and it'll end up just sitting right like that with size gone up. The only way to increase purity is to have a max size crystal, throw it in there, and it'll split like this one. And one of the two will have lower size, higher purity, and lower cutting. So I've basically just been doing this for the last like 3 days. And this is what I've got. I've got 8 or so celestial crystals, perfect stats. I've got the 2 over here. One's attuned to Avitas and one is attuned to Decidia. We're going to use those for some collector crystals. If we look at the collector crystal recipe, you'll notice that you need a resonating gem. And I know what you're thinking. How did I get resonating gem if I don't have an infuser? Which I don't. So I found out that some of the people on the server don't actually want to do this painstaking, annoying process of slowly bucketing starlight, throwing it in here with these things, and waiting for them to grow and duplicate. So I created a couple of max level ones, and I sold them in exchange for the 4 resonating gems needed to create this, to speed up this process. So the good news is, with all this done, we will be pretty close, or we should have enough of these crystals to be able to just kind of go through with the episode. And we're going to do a lot of things today in Astral Sorcery. I also built the attunement altar. I think I just wanted to build it, and I can't remember what the exact reason I built it was. I've also spent a lot of the nights getting ready for this by unlocking all of the different... Oh, is that Visio? I think that's Visio, which is good because we're going to need that. And there's Horologium. We've been just unlocking a lot of the constellations, and that's because we need to attune to some of them for what we're going to be doing today. So here's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to get the infusion altar set up for ourselves. We're going to get an infused crystal sword to help us with battle. And then the ultimate goal today is to get a mantle of the stars, if I could spell, mantle of stars, attuned to Visio, which is going to require the iridescent altar. And we should have everything we need for that. Just the resonating gems, which you get from the infuser, which you get from a bunch of stuff we already have. So we're going to get all that stuff set up, and we're going to get this beautiful mantle, and hopefully we're going to get flight. So before we do that, I know for a fact I'm going to need a Visio. Oh, I was about to say, I need a Visio attuned celestial crystal, which I don't have, as you can see. And I needed this to do that, and it just became too low in the sky to do that. So we'll go ahead and do that tomorrow. So let's start on looking into the infusion altar. Okay, so if we look into the starlight infuser, you can see that it's just a bunch of marble, 2 gold, a star metal ingot, aquamarine, and liquid starlight bucket. We've got plenty of liquid starlight bucket, 16 of them, plus I think that's 8 in there. Aquamarines, we have a decent amount, so let's go ahead and pull those out. Gold. Okay, so let's look in here. I should have some gold ready for this, and I do not. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we've got 6 gold in here, and then we've got some star metal ingots, or star metal ore. We got some star metal ingots, some star metal dust. Now, something that's very important to know. You may be asking how I got this. The initial one that you get, or the initial couple you'll get, I guess, you need to do this whole crafting recipe that we did in order to get into the Twilight Forest. But once you get to the Twilight Forest, you can go to the little mounds from the Twilight Forest. We did a little bit of exploring the Twilight Forest before I'm recording this, so that's where we got that from. But it's little mounds that have stalagmites of different ores in them. Iron ore is one of them. If you take that iron ore back to the overworld and you hit it with this collector gem, now you can do that. I don't have any iron ore on me right this second, but I can show you with some dirt. So I'll take a dirt, and let's say we place this dirt. Let's go ahead and just place it right there. And then we take our linking tool, we whack the crystal, or we whack the dirt. You'll notice it starts to shoot some starlight at the dirt. Now, if this was a transmutable block, you would start to see some effects. If those effects come out, that means it's starting to transmute it, and that transmutation will lead to whatever the result is. So in the case of iron ore, it turns into star metal ore. So that's how we got a hold of that stuff so easily. And trust me, once you get the ability to make these, it becomes a lot easier to get star metal ore. Okay, so let's go back and look at the starlight infuser. So we're going to need the 1 ingot, a bucket, 2 aquamarine, and we should be able to whip that up. Now the question is, are we going to have to wait till night? And I think that the answer is going to be yes. There's going to be a lot of stuff where we're going to end up having to wait until it's nighttime because... Oh, actually, we might not. Okay, please hold. Let's go ahead and get this going. So we're going to look for 1 rune, 2 engraved. Now remember, it's marble. You just take a chisel and we grab what we need. So 1 runed, then we need the 2 engraved. So I'll grab the 2 engraved. We're going to need 2 chiseled. Let's grab the 2 chiseled, which is right there. And let's see, I should have another stack. Okay, it's going to be down to the base. So I'll be right back with that stack of marble. Okay, we're back with the stack of marble. So let's go ahead and grab 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 of the pillars, I believe it was. We have the 2 chiseled, right? So that's 3 pillars right there. We have the 2 chiseled. We have 1 runed, 2 engraved, I want to say. The 2 gold ingots and the 2 aquamarines is all that's left. Okay, so you see here, it's daytime, so we don't have enough starlight. So what I was concerned we were gonna have to wait till it was nighttime, but I'm not gonna use this setup for the rest of this episode. So let me grab the Celestial Collector Crystal. And as you'll see, it's attuned to Aviatus, and it is a perfect gem. That's thanks to a lot of that work I was doing after the main episode. So let's go ahead and just drop this here for now, and let's link that to the shrine. Now, with any luck, oh, that did not do what I thought it was going to do. I could have sworn, oh, hold on. Please hold. I think it might be because it doesn't have line of sight to the sky. So let's go ahead and drop that right there, and let's link it to there. Try. Okay, yeah, perfect. So this thing is powerful enough to harness enough light that during the day we have enough starlight to begin this craft. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Now you'll notice too that I built this extra structure. Now if we look in our Astral Tome and we go to attunement and we look at the Celestial Altar, you'll notice these things aren't there. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is that I thought ahead. So if we look in our constellation and we go to our iridescent altar, that's where these things come from. So the good news is that once this, I'm not crafting the iridescent altar yet. I got ahead of myself. That was a mistake on my part. Okay, well, you know, you live and you learn. So we're working on the Starlight Infuser. Oh, the shame. Which is going to be this structure right here. So I've kind of got the everything set up for it. But I don't have the items all completely ready. So the first thing we're going to need is lapis lazuli, and I should have enough to make a block, and that's not coincidental. I knew that that was going to happen. Hopefully everything that we'll need we should have relatively easy to access. So this is going to be that. Let's keep looking. So then the Starlight Infuser is going to sit on that, and then that's going to be, these are runes, so that's 9 runed. So let's go ahead and, oh, you know, I showed you guys this schematica. We can actually, I think I have this spectral relay. Oh, I guess I don't. This is not the one of the ones I don't have. Okay, so let's go ahead and whip out the chisel, and I'm going to chisel up everything we're going to need, and then we'll start placing it. Okay, we should be ready to go. So I went ahead and I checked this, and I'm pretty sure that we've got everything ready to go. So we're going to need to do 12 marble along the bottom, marble arches all the way around. The corners are just pillars with the chisel on them. So we'll go ahead and do this real quick. I already placed all the liquid starlight, making my life a lot easier. So that this is where we're going to do the ruined marble in 8 around the block of lapis. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do, oh, that's probably dirt. Yeah, so this is all going to be just normal everyday marble, which is easy enough. Except, okay, just to clarify, it's marble from Astral Sorcery, not marble from Chisel, which is the stuff you find in the world. So you'll still need to convert it over to what you're going to use. While I'm doing this, now is probably a good enough time to discuss why you keep seeing little random ore spawns. I attuned myself to Aviatus. I'm going to go with Aviatus. Nope, I'm going to go with Avitos. I attuned myself to Avitos. Now, the reason I attuned myself to Avitos was because I wanted the ability to have a further reach. So one thing you'll notice is that I can reach further. So I can mine that cobblestone all the way from back here. I can reach, let's see, that from here. Normally I'd have to be like right here or so. So it gives me that benefit. And one of the other benefits it gives me is mineral enrichment. Stone near you might turn into valuable stone. So what happens is I'll be randomly running around, and I'll suddenly create an ore somewhere. And this is not an uncommon thing. In fact, since we live on a mountain, an exposed mountain at that, you'll notice that a lot of, oh, I didn't mean to, okay. Well, that broke a lot faster. Having some issues with mouse tweaks here. A lot of our mountain face has turned into valuable ores, which is pretty humorous actually, and also a little bit ugly, but we're kind of dealing with it as we go. I'm going to go ahead and get this finished up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I made a slight miscalculation. You may have noticed it. These little corner pieces, just FYI, are supposed to be the runed marble, not marble arch. Wow, that thing just tears through marble so fast. Okay, let's put that there. I guess we're gonna just like one tap these to get rid of them. And then I can go ahead and jump up here and finish off the structure. I missed one. This one. Somehow. There we go. Okay. So now if I can, you know, jump, just come up here, we can do 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that, and that. We should have a working infusion altar. In fact, we're going to test this out by infusing something real quick. We are going to infuse, not that. We are going to make a new sword, and here's kind of why. So look at this sword. So it is 100% purity, but it's only got a size of 598. Now, I know for a fact that I made this sword out of the tier 1 rock crystals, which have a maximum size of about 400, I want to say. I think NEI or JEI will tell me. Yeah, 400. The celestial crystals have a max size of 900. So this thing has a maximum size of 800 currently. And every time I have to resharpen it via cutting, it's going to consume size. So after it gets too low, I'm going to have to do this whole thing where I throw it in starlight over and over and grow it up. And that's going to be annoying. So instead of doing that, what I want to do is I want to make a new sword. So we're going to grab those two. We've got Dissidia. So we're going to sidetrack ourselves, I think, because we actually need to attune something. So we're going to need to attune one of these crystals to Visio. So let me go ahead and, yep, doesn't instantly break those, which is good. So let me go ahead and grab this. And then we're going to set up, oops, it does break sooty marble though. We're going to set this up for Visio attunement. So the way that you can do that is you go ahead, you pull your Visio scroll out. Thought I heard something. Okay, I did not. Oh, I did. You. Go away. Thank you. Okay, so I'll pull out my Visio scroll and realize that Visio is not in the sky tonight and be really bummed about it. So let me go over to my looking glass and I can find out for sure. Oh, I guess I could just look around, but this is a nice, easy way. Yeah. Oh, I know. That's Visio right there. So totally 110% should work. Oops. Unless I broke a city marble somewhere. Which, really, I'm gonna, hold on. I'll be right back when I figure out why this isn't working. Okay, I found it. It was right there. So let's go ahead and put this back in our hands. So with this in our hands, you'll see these little purple or blue effects. So what you need to do is you need to take these spectral relays and you need to put one where each of the blue effects is coming out of. Once you do so, you'll get them to connect like this. They'll form the constellation and get off and do their thing. So let's go ahead and throw that collector, that celestial crystal right in there. Now what that's going to do, apparently I had two of these. So let me go ahead and put this back in here. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and do this. Some cool particle effects. Everything in Astral Sorcery looks amazing. I cannot overstate that enough. I just love how pretty everything looks. So now if we come and grab this, you'll see it is attuned to Visio. Now normally if I wasn't tuned to Avatos and I was standing here, I would get through that same kind of little animation and it would attune me. So let's go ahead and take, there we go. So now we got our 2 celestial crystals back. Let's see if I have a stick in here. Do I have a stick? I do not have a stick. So let's go beat this tree to death really quick until we get a stick. Okay, we got our stick. I'm going to throw some of these snowballs away. Okay, so here we are. We got our bucket back. Let's go and put the stick. Let's put 2 celestial crystals. Neither of these are the ones that are tuned, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and smack this with the resonating wand. That's going to go ahead and get us... Oh, I guess we're going to need that. Let's go ahead and store this in here for now. There we go. So there's our little sword. So let's grab our sword. Now look at this. 1800 size, 100% purity, and 100% cutting. Does 14 attack damage within 3 attack speed. This sword is a force to be reckoned with already. Let's infuse this. So apparently our infuser was built correctly. Now this infusing a sword is a really costly process. It's going to take all of the liquid starlight that we had, but in return, we're going to get this infused crystal sword. Now this is sexy. It does 14 damage as well as just being so strong in terms of AoE. One shot that sheep. If there was another sheep next to it, that sheep also would have gone to see his little maker. Little sheepy heaven, man. I called that a sheep twice. It's a pig. Little oinky heaven. I don't know. Oh, well, you know, I should eat though. Oh, were you not in range? That's a shame. Now, if it's on cooldown and you use it, it'll still do 14 attack damage. But you'll notice the sharpening, the cutting on this doesn't go down when it's the special attack. And the special attack can be done relatively frequently. So really, I mean, it's just all winning for us right now. But the sword's cool, but our goal is flight. And the sword, as awesome as it is, does not fly. So let's go get ready for flight. Okay. To craft our mantle, not soul mantle, the mantle of the stars, you know. To craft the mantle of the stars for Visio, we're going to need an iridescent altar. The iridescent altar is going to be a celestial crystal. Quality of this doesn't matter. A resonating gem, 4 resonating gems, some sooty marble, and some rune marble, and a glass lens. The glass lens I thought was going to be the most annoying part, but then I found out there was an infuser. So let's go ahead and put this here, craft that right there, and let's smack it with the wand, and nothing happens. Now, you probably knew that was going to happen. I also knew it was going to happen, but didn't realize until after I made a fool of myself. In order for starlight infusion to happen, we got to fill this up. So let's do that. Okay, let's smack this with the wand. And that's going to go ahead and infuse that glass pane up into a glass lens. And then we can take that right on over to the altar and get it and everything else ready for the iridescent. Okay, we have everything ready for this. The only other thing we need is the 4 resonating gems and the celestial stone. Now, for the celestial stone, since quality doesn't matter, we're going to go ahead and grab this cluster. So this has a randomly generated one. And to be honest, it's pretty good, but it doesn't matter. Those stats are all going to be lost as soon as we hit go on this craft. So let's go ahead and throw these in. I don't know how long these will take. So let's see how long the first one takes. Okay, so they take a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start cooking up the second one. Really quick, I wanted to talk about light wells. So in order of the worst to best, things that you can put on top of a light well, aquamarines are the worst. They're going to break really quickly. They're not going to give you a whole lot of resources. Resonating gems are the next level. They're going to not break as quick, which is pretty good. Did I lose some? I lost some liquid. Oh, bummer. Let me fill this back up real quick. That one looks like it. Sometimes that'll happen. Sometimes it'll consume the liquid. We will have a tool later on, probably not until we get to age 3, that will assist us in not having that problem. So let's go ahead and put this back in. and get back over here. So the resonating gems will do a lot better. And then the normal rock crystals, again, quality, purity, none of that stuff matters. Just throw a rock crystal on there, it'll randomly break, and until then it'll generate. The final is the celestial. Once you get to the end tier of celestial, just start. Did I lose another one? Which one though? Right there. Okay. Sometimes it's a little hard to see which one you lost, which is kind of annoying, but alas. Oh, I don't think I'm losing him. I think it just... No, I have to be losing him because it started and then it got... Oh well. We'll wait until we're done crafting these up. Okay. There's our last one, and I'm pretty sure I saw one of these... That one disappear. So let's go ahead and fill this back up just so I don't forget. Now let's head on up here with our nope, those are aquamarines. Let's use our resonating wand, or resonating gems. Oh, the iridescent altar can only be, that craft can only happen at night. I remember I ran into this issue, and it is mid freaking day. So we'll be right back as soon as it's nighttime. Okay, so I'm back. It's not nighttime yet, obviously. In fact, it's been like 2 seconds. I decided that instead of waiting for that to happen, because a lot of Astral Sorcery, there's stuff you can do to prepare for these rituals, right? That are going to happen. So let's look at, well, first let's come over here and let's do a nice merge. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this stuff. Oh, I'm lagging. 1 second. Oh, okay. Usually anything I can't find a home for, I just kind of throw into these chests. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to need a lot of this before the day is done. And these tools that are broken and crappy need to go in my inventory anyway. Okay, so this is what we're going for. Mantle of the Stars Visio, which needs a normal Mantle of the Stars, which needs 4 more resonating gems, which we could do. It needs an attuned celestial crystal. Now notice there's no stats on the Mantle of the Star. Like, it's not telling you if it has size or any of that, which means it doesn't matter. So we're going to use just a crappy rock crystal, easily solve that problem for us. We're going to need some illumination powder. We have 6, so we already have the stuff we'll need for that. We'll need 4 stardust, which we have, and then we'll need leather tunic. And now the leather tunic, I believe, is actually going to be the hardest part of this. So I don't think we have a leather tunic anywhere. And when it comes to leather, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's like our only one. Oh, we do have a leather tunic. But it's not fully repaired. Can I make an anvil yet? Okay, I can make an anvil. So let's come on over here. Let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 18, 27. That was actually perfect. So that is 3 blocks worth. So let's go ahead and just throw it in the hopper. Turn this on, turn that off, turn that on. So that's going to go ahead and smelt up 3 blocks worth of iron. And then we can repair, hopefully, that leather tunic. That'll save us a lot of effort because crafting leather is annoying. Okay, so let's go back and look at our Mantle of the Stars, Visio. And we're looking at this version of it. So this is the upgraded version. So this is going to require an attuned Visio Celestial Crystal, which is what we did. So we have that. We're going to need 4 feathers, 4 stardust. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Hold on. I didn't notice. But we also need these things. Now, this is unique to the iridescent altar, is these kind of things on the side. So what we're going to need is we're going to need a feather, a star metal ingot, stardust, and ender pearl. Now, we should have 1 ender pearl, which is good because I think that's all we're going to need. And we should have plenty of feathers. Yep, our last ender pearl. So let's go ahead and grab that. That's still cooking, so we'll go ahead and let that cook. If we come in over here and we look for, what did I need? Ender pearl, feather. So let's look for feathers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're grabbing 8 because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need them for the upgraded version as well. Yeah, so that needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that. And then this one just needs the 1 feather. We'll cook up the star metal ingot in a moment. We'll have the dust, so that's easy enough. So let's look at the Visio. So then we're going to also need a sugar, which is some sugar cane ground up, which is easy. We'll need a string. We'll need a fish. So I don't know if we have a fish. I'm hoping we have a fish. We do have a fish. Fantastic. So we have the one fish. We're going to need a string. Not a sting, a string. So let's go ahead and hit that and get the one string. If I was slightly more organized, I would have been able to do that much easier. Let's go ahead and throw sugarcane. Where are you at? I know I had some. I couldn't find the sugarcane, so I went down, just popped a sugarcane and got what I needed. We'll put that in the millstone. That'll go ahead and grind up. We'll try and run over here. And, oop, not there. In here. So we should have 3 blocks of iron with 4 of the, I need my crafting table on a stick. 4 ingots with 3 blocks of iron makes us a anvil. So let's go ahead and pop our anvil down right here is probably good enough. Let's put the leather tunic with a leather, pull that off. So now we have a perfectly repaired leather tunic. And we should be good to go. The last thing we're going to need is 4 spectral relays. Now, the reason you need those is for the iridescent altar craft. Specifically, those items along the edges. Let's pull that back up because we're going to need it anyway. The mantle. So if we look at these items along the edges, these items specifically mean that we're going to need to put those in when it is requested of us. So I need this because I need to cook one of those. Okay. So we're ready to craft this. So let's go ahead and whack this with the wand. And look at the beautiful, beautiful star show that we get. And welcome back to the sexiest thing you've ever seen. Your vision has expanded and we've learned a little bit about radiance. So let's go ahead and look in here. Now you can see these beautiful stars. They're all just kind of floating there wildly. So let's go ahead and start our first craft. Now we are going to, like I said, we're going to need some spectral relays. So I have 1 in my inventory. I thought I had some more. So they might be in here or in here. Okay, there's 2 there. I'm going to need 4 total. I have this, so I feel like I don't need this. So let's just kind of grab that. There's our 4 total. Let's go ahead and just kind of put these right here. And let's get to crafting. So for the mantle of the stars, it's going to be the leather tunic, some crappy celestial crystal, 4 illumination powder, 4 resonating gems. So I'm going to get all this in place. I'm going to need to go resonate some of these, but I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back, and there you go. We are ready to go. So here's what's going to happen. Let's make sure we're prepared for this. As soon as we start crafting, it's going to ask for these things: a feather, ender pearl, stardust. So let's go ahead and just kind of put these right here on our inventory. And what was the last one? Feather, ender pearl, stardust, ingot. It's going to ask for the ingot as well. So let's go ahead and smack this and let the crafting begin. Now our light show is going to be really pretty. We're going to stand right here. Okay, so it's already asked for the feather. So we're going to just right click a feather right onto that relay. Going to start absorbing that. There's the ender pearl. Oh, that's so pretty. Actually, that light is super, super sexy. Okay, and now it wants the stardust, and then I assume the last one will be the star ingot. So as soon as it asks for that, we're going to just throw that in there and let this finish up. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a cloak. It's going to replace our little golden chest plate. Okay, and there we go. We got a mantle of stars. Now this is 7 armor, 2 toughness, which I believe is on par with diamond. So let's look at diamond armor. Oh, I can't even see diamond armor yet. But let's look at our, we'll look at our gold chest plate. So the gold chest plate's got some enchantments on it. These can be enchanted. Just to clarify, they have the magical properties we're going to give it, and then it can also be enchanted on top of that. So it's pretty OP. So let's go ahead and just cycle that out and let's take a look. Oh, that's sexy. We're like little wizards. Okay, let's get this upgraded. We are ready, I believe. So let's go ahead and look here. So we've got all the different options. Now we want the mantle of the stars. We want it attuned to Visio, which is the Visio thing, or the Visio constellation. And I believe if we just throw this right here, you're going to see that it attunes this craft to the Visio constellation. So now let's go ahead and put the mantle in there. Let's put some stars. Let's put that there and smack him. And you can see that sword is so strong. Look at the damage dealt. I've killed 9 things and done 87 damage. It's just fantastic. It's going to help out a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and put in the star metal. Oh, and we crashed. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and sorry about the crash, but everything seems to be working okay. So let's just go ahead and smack this with our wand. Now we should have everything we're going to need, but we'll just take a step back. So we're going to need a feather first. Let's put a feather in there. What else are we going to need? Sugar. It's almost daytime, but it doesn't matter because we got that crystal hitting the altar. String. Well, that's actually a good thing to bring up. With the iridescent altar, when it becomes daytime, it doesn't ruin the craft. It just waits until there's enough starlight again to finish it. So hopefully we have enough to finish it. But in the off chance we don't, I just have to sit here and wait until nighttime again to keep it going. But it looks like all will be well. Just gonna take a while. I mean, we're infusing a constellation to this mantle, and there we go. Visio. Oh, I was like, my helmet disappeared. The Visio mantle. And if I understand how this works, it just, oh, there it was. I just did it. There you go. Look at that. We got Elytra flight. That, my friends, it's like it takes us a second to like get into it. That's funny, but we've got flight. Well, we've got gliding. But remember, today's episode isn't about gliding. Today's episode is about flight. And to that end, we're going to need one more tool. And I believe that tool is the resonating wand attuned to Visio, which is a sad, sad day. There we go. It's going to take our resonating wand. It's going to take 2 sugarcane, 2 arrows, 4 aquamarines, and some other things. So let's go ahead and take this out. I was wondering if that would hurt it. It did not. And let's look at this. So the Visio is 4 aquamarine. So we have the 4 aquamarines. So now we just need to get 6 more feathers, 2 sugarcane, and 2 arrows. The arrows are going to be 2 more feathers. No, 1 more feather, a stick, and some flint. So let's go ahead and grab that. That shouldn't be too bad. We just need to whack a tree and grab a stick. There's our stick, and we should have gravel galore everywhere else. Not gravel, flint. So let's hit Y right here. We need the 1 flint, we need the 1 stick, we need some feathers, we need a lot of feathers. So I'm just gonna grab like, all the feathers. Let's go ahead and craft our arrow that we're gonna need, or our 2 arrows. Let's put those there so I don't have to make them run back down. Okay, and then we just need, not that, resonating wand attuned to Visio. So that's the everything. We just need the 2 sugarcane, and then we're good to go. So let's grab those 2 sugarcanes, and let's head on up. Okay, and let's put the sugarcanes there. The Visio. Okay, the arrows at the top. Our current resonating wand. Oh, I just realized how problematic that's going to be, because I don't have another ender pearl, and I don't really want to go get one right this second. But I don't know how to trigger this without a resonating wand. Let's see. Maybe they thought of a way to do that. Okay, we don't even have enough starlight as it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go hunt down. Maybe we have some more ender dust that Gearing got that I'm just not aware of. So we'll check real quick and see if we have some geared or more ender dust. Ender pearl dust. Anything? Yeah, I didn't think we had any. So I'm gonna get over to the hunting dimension and get some endermen. Oh my gosh, guys. Let's see. Okay, there was 2 endermen around here. Look at that AoE. What is that? I just swung I hit the skeleton, but I killed both of them in one hit. Like I said, this sword, totally worth it. Going to help out in all of our little adventures. So far, I've only got the 1 ender dust, and I think I need 2 to make a pearl. Oh, nope, just need 1. So let's go ahead and head back to our portal, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, so we got the ender pearl, and this is the resonating wand recipe. So we're going to need the 2 aquamarine, 2 marble or just 2 marble, and the ender pearl. So let's go ahead and do that. We should have everything we need. Man, we're running low on aquamarine. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's head on up here. Now that it's nighttime, we should have enough light to do this, and we do. So let's go and smack this. And just in case those guys get frisky, let's just delete them. Oh. There we go. What does it want? Feather? Feather it is. Have a feather. And the next thing is another feather. And then $10 says it's another feather, because I'm pretty sure the recipe was 4 feathers on the outside. So we'll go ahead and we'll let it do that. And we should get a very beautiful, very useful wand. So I'm going to go ahead and do nothing because I'm completely full. I'll let that craft while I go do this. We'll put some of this away. Just grab these 3. Put these in here. I don't know why I have those, so we'll get rid of that. And there we go. We got our resonating wand of Vicio. Now, if I recall, when we let go of that, we have flight. Look at that, guys. We now have flight. Oh, we have really good flight, too. Look at us. We're like little Superman wizards. Yeah, we're solid. Mission accomplished. Today's episode, get flight. And we have it. Not only do we have flight, but we have a super powerful sword that will help. And I believe we can hold this in our offhand. We can hold that in our offhand and swing with. Oh, okay. We're solid. We're ready. The only thing that's left, really, if you think about it, is I need to prepare some enchantments, and I need to get Geared Ink a set of this as well. So between episodes, I think next episode that me and Geared Ink do, so next week is when I think you guys will see it. That episode is going to be us trying to go through the Urgas Tower to get into Age 3, and I think we're well equipped. I'm going to build a refracting table and get some Astral Sorcery attunements set up, as well as I think I have a cool idea for how I can help control the PE stuff so that when I get into doing Abyssal Craft, the charging, it's not so bad. Basically, I'm going to build a Dissidia ritual, which kills everything nearby, and I'm going to channel it over there. So even if stuff spawns, it'll just die. So it won't be a problem. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode here, and I just wanted to say thanks, everybody. The channel has been growing. It's been growing off the hook. I don't even know what to do. I'm trying to get this content out for you guys as often and as frequently as I can. I've been really sick the last week or so, and I just had a baby, so you know, timing is difficult. But thanks for sticking through and supporting me through that. And I have a Discord, and Geared Ink's on it, and I'm on it, and it's a good time. And you should 100% come check it out because you like Minecraft, we like Minecraft, you like games, we like games. It's like a perfect fit. So come on by, check it out, and as always, stay super classy.